Oh yeah, it's on that, bitch. The sucker nigga dick part 2 for them hoes that White Haven.
Sucker nigga dick. Sucker nigga dick. Sucker nigga dick. Sucker nigga dick.
All right, we have a lot to cover after 8 days of book tour in New York and Los Angeles. Chad Shank is here.
Barely.
We figured we were so wrecked this morning. We flew into Tucson late last night and, as always, stayed at a hotel. That was fucking fun, too. I don't even have that in my notes. Kelly, what's her last name? The musician that lives up in Tucson. Carpenter showed up at the hotel. We're already wrecked. We spent the day at the Sky Club in LAX, and we were wrecked. Get off the plane, wrecked. Then Kelly comes over. Then some weird dude that was just walking his dog through the hotel.
The djembe drum.
Troy, the dog Troy.
The dog was Troy, and the dude was like Enzo. For some reason he had a giant bongo, and Kelly had a guitar. So we had a concert in the room
with the door
dog.
Open until 4 a.m.
And no one complained.
No.
Management kept,
not to our knowledge.
Management kept coming by and getting you lemons and limes.
Oh yeah,
and drove you somewhere
Fernando.
to get more liquor.
Kept driving me to the store when we'd run out of booze.
You were gone for a while, then you go, "Hey, you drove me to Walmart. You got a bottle of Ciroc."
Yeah. I asked him to take me to Circle K, and he's like, "No, let's go to."
Oh, that's where the
Walmart.
Ciroc came from. I just found that bag unloading the car. I'm like, who had Ciroc?
He took you bargain hunting.
By the way, never buy Ciroc. It's fucking awful.
He went in and helped me shop.
Yeah. That's full service there at the DoubleTree.
That was great.
We don't support the fucking Sean Combs over-marketed vodka. We're plastic jug through and through, and it's out of spite for Ciroc specifically.
I grabbed the cheapest bottle of vodka on the shelf. It was $14 for that big bottle, and there was none cheaper.
That's good.
So,
Bingo just showed up. Chaille's here. Bingo just showed up.
Hello.
Gretchen and Shawnee are here. Tracy's here. Derek for mayor is here.
Mayor.
Someone tweeted a very funny Kenny for mayor tweet at me, but it was Kenny for mayor, but it was Kenny G. It's very funny. And then someone tried to reply by going, "Well, Derek's looking pretty good too." And it was I think his name's Derek Rose or something. He's a basketball player, but they didn't put the graphic on it. You lazy fuck. Yeah. So that's how. Let's not start at the end. I'm gonna try to.
Is
do
there
this.
a beginning?
Well, we were in New York, and before you got there, Bingo and I don't remember great stories. It was great. We did a book signing at Barnes and Noble.
Your first one ever.
First one ever, and
It went so smooth.
yeah, it was great.
I watched it on Periscope, and I thought it was great.
Adrienne LeBlanc.
Adrienne LeBlanc did the Q&A, and it
she's
was
wonderful.
Yeah, it was fun. It's a fucking huge place, 4-story bookstore. And,
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, Barnes and Noble.
Union Square.
Yeah, Union Square. We had cocktails, got a little tanked, had fun. We ran up some miraculous bar tabs on this trip.
Oh, yeah, we did.
You're
were
getting
tipping
$100 a day per diem. I go, great. That covered half of the early bar tab when we were just day drinking to lube up to get to drinking.
Hannigan told me that you guys, after when you came back to the hotel, you did a nightcap and you did 2 tequila sodas.
Oh, that was him at his hotel with his gal pal. $60 without the tip.
Without tip.
I went across.
two sodas.
We landed at like midnight, and I ran across the street to get one drink for last call, and I got a old fashioned because it was a fancy bar, and I'll make you work for it. I got an old fashioned $23, and that was cheap for New York. I go, okay, that's enough.
Should have found you a Fernando.
And, so I had to wake up and do Opie and Jimmy, which is always fucking fun. There's Jimmy Norton is so fucking funny off the cuff at that hour of the morning. All I am is angry at anyone. And he just riffs. They're just so much fun to do. Sherrod was on the show. I did that. It was a serious radio. So I had to go right from that to Pete Dominic. And then right from that to Ron Bennington, who I fucking love. I love that dude. I wish I get to talk to him more. It's the first time I did his show, and I had a full-blown panic attack for I have no idea what reason.
That's so strange.
I know. I pounded a Red Bull right before it, thinking I got to do interviews all day. Yeah, I'd rather do meth than Red Bull just because it seems healthier. Red Bull is fucking awful.
That happened before you did the show or after you started on the show?
I did that right before the Pete Dominic show, so it's kicking in when I get there. And I have the raw alcoholic shakes anyway. I try to avoid caffeine in the morning. But it was more than just the shakes. I had this just... I couldn't focus. It was exactly like city council, where I went up and I got through it. I thought it was more visible than it was because no one really said anything about it. But Ron Bennington on the way out said, "Just stay healthy and try to hydrate." He did that. He doesn't know me well enough to go, "Hey, you fucking rummy." Yeah. But it was very strange, but I recovered and. So then it was just a bunch of radio and shit and hiding in New York. I didn't get to see anyone. Attell came to the book signing after it was over, but I got to see Attell for a minute, and that was good. But like Joe Vernon, I'm like, I don't have time. Like I'm scheduled morning to night. Keith and the Girl, we had to do.
Oh man,
they have a great podcast, and every time I do it, I get a lot of feedback. And I guess it's relationship oriented, but
I didn't know that.
That's a straight up podcast, right?
Yeah,
it's not radio.
I've been going since they were at the forefront of podcasting, and Canada especially, people will come up. Oh, I heard you on Keith and the Girl, and Brian. At one point, Adrian LeBlanc, who did the Q&A, came in to meet us for drinks one of the first nights and said, so congratulations, you're in love. And he's like, no. I go, oh, don't ever talk to... Brian doesn't want me to know that shit, and I don't want to know that shit. I'll step out for a cigarette, and we did Keith and the Girl, and Keith and the Girl kind of hijacked us. We're there to promote a book.
Yeah.
But they immediately went to bingo and the cruise ship.
Well, I wasn't on air at first. I was just sitting in the background.
Yeah, they brought you in.
And you were talking about the book for a little bit, but then they said, bingo, can you get on the mic? And then they just they went complete relationship
completely
material.
Into the whole cruise ship, Washtub Willie.
Yeah.
You don't fuck,
It
all that
out
stuff.
Of place, but like you were saying, we
on a
put
book
it
tour?
out there.
I know. But
we put it out
That's
there.
the thing, that after this had happened, Brian Hennigan says, I was a little bit peeved with Adrian for talking about my personal business. And I go, well, no one would think that's personal business except you. If you're in love with someone, you want to tell everyone, so she wouldn't think that's a secret.
Right.
But I said, I've felt the same way on Keith and the Girl. Like they kind of... You kind of dug into my personal business, but it's not personal business because we podcasted the entire event live as it happened. But I still felt a little kind of like that's not your business, but it is. It's everyone's business. I made it that way.
I think it'd be fair to say that to give you some warning, though. We're going to talk about.
No.
Would we do that for a guest of ours? Fuck no.
We don't do it. But you were there to talk your personal business. It's in the fucking book that you're promoting. For them to jump the rails and then go off in another direction, not.
But
not too cool.
it did give me some kind of a different outlook on. All right, you put this out there, everyone owns it. So
Yeah.
And then they started asking bingo questions, and she's answering like honestly and very deeply personal level. And I go, honey, you saved this shit for Stern. let them pry it out of you. You don't just give it out on a plate on a fucking podcast. You save this shit for Stern. We have loyalty. So New York was quick and painless for what it usually is.
Went smooth.
And it was quick. You guys weren't there for very long. It was a couple days because then you had to go to L.A.
And then we went to L.A.
And that's where it got crazy.
because Chad Shank was in the house.
Chad Shank.
You weren't there the first day. I had to do. I did Marin, which I always think he hates me. I still think he hates me.
That was Friday morning.
Yeah, Friday morning. He's like, yeah. All right, here's the book. I haven't read it, but thanks for coming. He's great. I always think that he has. He has a weird thing with everyone. He has, One time this whole thing is trying to make peace with people that he had a grudge against. But I don't know what. I assume he must have a grudge with me too, but he doesn't tell me what it is.
He's not ready to make peace with you yet.
It's probably all in my head, but it's nice that he had me on.
I met him at the Comedy Store the second night, I think.
Saturday night. Yeah. He was there all weekend. Yeah.
Bert
he
Kreischer
was there every
introduced me
night.
to him.
He had Obama on, and I was asking him on his podcast. I go, after that, does every guest you have just seem like a letdown? And he's like, not really. I talked to I forget who I said, what was the next podcast afterwards? He goes, Rich Voss. I love Rich Voss, but after Obama, everyone sucks.
Yeah.
So, but he's always like, he's not Nick DiPaolo level of great at bitter, but he's in that genre, that just brooding kind of dude. So we did Marin, and then I don't know.
You called me drunk drinking with Johnny Depp when I was flying on Saturday. I remember that.
Oh, did you go up the street with the mimosa thing?
That was the second day, though.
Yeah, I got a text message. He goes, "Good morning, sir," and it's 7:25 in the morning when he sent it, and we woke up an hour later, and I said, "It is a good morning, but it'd be a better." Just some gibberish, but it'd be a better morning with pancakes. So I'm gonna go try to find pancakes, and then I sent him pictures of pancakes, but he's not getting back to me. And our hotel.
Wait, the Sterno thing.
Oh yeah, the night before.
You gotta
Oh
say that.
fuck.
See, it
I don't even know
starts the night before.
I don't even know if this is public knowledge yet.
Oh, no, don't say it right
Yeah.
now. Don't say it.
Okay.
Back to Saturday then.
Google it. Yeah, well, he said, "Are you in town?" I go, "No, we're in New York. We're about to catch a flight. We landed at 8:30 at night." He goes, "I'll be on my roof masturbating with Sterno." I go, "I guess we're gonna be fucking hanging with Johnny." And then there was radio silence when we got home. And then in the morning, he did the "Good morning, sir." And then we found out he had some bad news personally that I don't know if we'll bring up until she can find if it's public knowledge yet.
You need to not even mention that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
All right.
say the bad news thing.
So Sterno, oh, he's got great publicists.
Anyway, so I'm texting him pictures of pancakes, and he's not getting back to me. And I said, "Fuck it, we're at the Standard Hotel, which we'll get to, which is right at the foot of his street." So I go, "Fuck it, we're just gonna walk up." Maybe I shouldn't mention that either.
No, you shouldn't say.
There's tour buses that went up every 2 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
public
it, yeah.
fucking knowledge,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's public knowledge. So I go, I said, "Fuck you, we're on our way. Me and Bingo are coming up in our pajamas with mimosas." And we walk up the street, which is like a fucking 90-degree angle street. And it's me and, the next day it was me and Chad.
Yeah.
Me
So
and
this
Bingo.
day, they
We got halfway up his street. He owns like almost every house on the street.
and we
And-
got picked up by a golf cart.
Yeah, Starling, one of his security guys, comes out in a golf cart as we're walking up. He goes, "Does he know you're coming?" I go, "I texted him that we're coming with with mimosas and fuck you. But I don't know if he got the text. He goes, jump on the cart. And he drove us up.
Into the gates.
Yeah. We hung out and had mimosas for a while. And it's fun. As much fun as it could be.
And then at one point, you left me, you had me talk to him alone. About,
we can't get into
can't say
any
that?
of this shit.
Okay.
It was nice to see Johnny.
Yeah.
We did. What did we do after that? Chad showed up.
We went to the comedy book soup signing after Marin that morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did the book soup, which is as opposed to Barnes and Noble, is a tiny.
It was quaint. It was fun.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved that place.
But people are like looking over the tops of bookshelves to see, because it's not really at Barnes and Noble. They had a space. They do this book soup. They had a corner, and you could jam. If you have 40 people, it's too much. So there's people like trying to listen from different parts. It was fun because you could be funny, but you didn't have to be. It's not like being on stage, just doing Q&A and people yelling shit out. And
They've heard it. It's been out.
oh, that's right. Yeah, they periscope both of those.
No, we did.
I mean, they, meaning you and Hennigan,
Oh,
other people,
And then
me, not me.
Chaille put it out as a podcast. I
And
saw
it's
too.
out as a podcast.
See, I don't know
If you
these
didn't
things.
hear it,
I
it
know.
was fucking really funny. I watched it on Paris.
We don't really talk, Chaille and I.
I know.
He just does stuff.
That was very interesting. The dynamic between I didn't watch the one with Adrian, but the dynamic between you and Hennigan is
Yeah, Hennigan
really
ran that
good.
Q&A,
Really
and so
good.
there was great ball busting involved.
You guys are drinking whiskey the whole time.
Irish writers'
Writers'
tears.
Writer's Tears, which I bought
From
for
Dublin.
you
Yes,
first.
when Bingo went to France, they went did a quick layover in Dublin, and she found mini bottles called Writer's Tears right when I was finishing the book. So she brought two so we could drink Writer's Tears together. And evidently, you fucking cocksuckers, you killer termites, have made this book sell well enough that they want to do another and Bingo's book,
Yeah.
which is 12 years in the making. It's her in the moment live diaries of her first incarceration in a mental institution that is hilarious and brutal and will be must reading for anyone who deals with mental illness.
Not incarceration.
Fuck
Lockup.
you.
Lockup.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
You didn't
absolutely-
you didn't commit a crime to go to lockup.
You wouldn't know it by the treatment.
Well,
it's
true. That's true.
Fucking scary, but it's brilliantly written, and she her character studies of the people that she's
Yeah.
with in the moment. Like, this is what today. It's just shit she's writing down on anything she could find to write down. And if you have a partner, a girlfriend, or a boyfriend that's an artist of any kind, you're terrified that it's going to suck and you're going to have to say it's great. And when I first read it 12 years ago, I'm like, this is fucking amazing. And so we gave it to Ben, the guy from DeCapo Press that did my book. And I go, just give me notes. He goes, I don't have to like it, do I? No, you don't. Just any notes you can give. And he wrote, "Hey, I sent notes. I hope it helps." And he said it in a way that we go, "There's something
That's what I
scathing in
thought
there."
too at first.
Bingo, you know how Bingo is. Oh, I got notes. I'm gonna race to the computer. It took her 2 days before she had the courage to look at it, and it was fucking glowing. I go, even if they don't put it out, which I don't think they will, they said there's a better boutique company to put this out. You could use that blurb on the back of the jacket.
Yeah, you could. that good.
So it's going to our lit agent, and Bingo's book will be out.
Yeah.
The only way we'll self-publish, and that's an option, is self-publishing, because Killer Termites have made that viable option. The only reason I think that you would is because you wouldn't want to change the names because there's a specific doctor that you excoriate. And you, if the lawyer said, oh, he can't use his real name because he's still alive, you know, because it's like a huge part of the book. This guy needs to be found out as a fucking asshole because everyone in that mental hospital was like, yeah, he did the same thing to me. He was just that much of a cock and treating you like you're at Guantanamo instead of I have an illness. So if we have to do that for that reason, either way, yes, I might.
It's going out. It's going out.
It's going out. I don't know when. Don't fucking jack me up. The special got bought. Did I say that on the last podcast? We do have a deal with the special. I can't give you details, but that will be out by July at the latest.
That was the Royale one.
The one we
Bisbee
filmed
Royale.
here at the Bisbee Royale called No Place Like Home. Is that the title?
That was the one you said before. Is it still?
Well, yeah, whatever it was before, it's still
Yeah.
They're not changing it. That's good.
No Place Like Home, yeah. That's going out. Shit is going well. I mean, as bad as we feel after this.
Yeah. I'm beyond hungover at this point. I think I have actual alcohol poisoning. I should probably seek medical attention.
Chad Shank shows up on the Saturday. First time in LA, and I know he's going to thrive there. He was nervous. Fucking traffic, yeah. You're going to hear some car horns. But we had so much fucking fun. The Comedy Store is so vibrant, like it's 1979 again.
Well, and I think just to go there would be an experience in itself, and would be fun if I didn't know you and I got to go there and look at it. But I got to go there, and we walk in, and as we're headed towards the VIP bar, you go peek into the room and then call me, oh, come here. Walk over, they clear out a table right away, and we all get shuffled right up next to the good spot, and Joe Rogan is just finishing up his set for the night. And it's
fucking monster set, too.
Hilarious. Physical comedy that was killing me. I didn't expect to see that, but
he's gonna put them MMA skills to work somehow.
Just fucking showing
he ain't
off.
fighting no one, so he's gonna do headstands on a fucking bar stool with a hilarious bit.
Yeah. So that's all. So it's already amazing. Just the whole first few seconds going on in a whirlwind, and then he finishes up, and Stanhope grabs me and says, "Come on!" And we wade through the sea of people leaving towards the back, which then Stanhope gets pulled out for pictures, half a dozen times on the way. So we go around, and as soon as we hit the back door, he introduces me to Joe Rogan. We walk back to the back with
the green room of the main room of the OR is black. It's painted red and black and mirrors. It's just, it screams, do coke off of me. They have a piano-shaped coffee table with a mirrored top that says, do coke off of me. When Junior was there, I demanded someone get me coke just enough that Junior can say I did a bump of coke off of this coffee table, because that's what it was put there for in the 70s. So we did a tour of that.
Yeah, that's my first, 5 minutes of experience was already enough to, be amazing. So,
and then everyone was there. We never saw Ron White, unfortunately.
He was there on Thursday night, and then he's doing a show on HBO called Roadies. So he had to split town.
All right, the Comedy Store just started a podcast in some basement room. The Comedy Store is like this weird, eclectic castle. I can't remember the woman that just spent her whole life building weird rooms onto her castle, but it's like that.
Winchester House?
Yes. Yeah, it's like that.
California.
You go, I never knew this. I've been 20 years I spent here. This room exists? But they were doing a podcast, so we went down to...
Yeah, we go back after that. We go back to the back room and smoking weed and having the fucking time of my life.
That was the first night that they were broadcasting, too.
And Stanhope comes up to me and goes, "Hey, we're going to podcast." Oh, shit. All right.
Eleanor Kerrigan, who traveled with Dice forever, was running the pod. Well, she wasn't running. She should have been running the podcast.
Yeah.
But she brought us down there, and there was too many fucking cooks for the soup. There was Rogan, I forget who.
Brendan Walsh.
Brendan Walsh was there.
Rick Ingram, Eleanor,
and
then you and Chad.
then it kept.
Oh,
it was
that's how it started.
Yeah, people came
Yeah.
in because I think Al Madrigal came in.
Yep.
I met
Yeah.
him, so we would rotate out. So then I'd go out because
If it was one of our podcasts, we wouldn't air it because everyone's talking over each other because there's a billion fucking headliners, and so we did that. It was weird because the next morning we did a 2-hour podcast. And that was one of the last memories over breakfast. Like, oh, I forgot the 2-hour podcast in the middle of that. I think there was a small amount of blow at some point, but too little, too late.
it's just right. It's just right.
What happened after that?
Well,
That was Saturday.
breakfast.
Well, we'll get to breakfast
Okay.
in the Standard Hotel on Sunset.
Yeah, that was Saturday night, and then you had Sunday. Well, Saturday night didn't end till like really late because we went back to the Standard
Kreischer wasn't there till Sunday.
Yeah.
because
Saturday-
you
But Saturday night we watched what was the guy's name you introduced me to? The guy's
Brian
hilarious.
Holtzman.
Brian, that guy. Fuck.
Brian Holtzman, still to this day, one of the funniest people alive. You can, I think, only catch him at the Comedy Store. He doesn't travel. When he does, he freaks out. He's a serious mental patient. But on stage, fucking brilliant. And when I saw he was going up, I'm like, we're going to leave the VIP bar. We are going to fucking... And it was worth every second of it.
Yeah.
I'd give you his Twitter, but he probably doesn't even have MySpace yet.
At one point, he was just trying to get people to leave. Why are you still fucking here? I don't remember all of it, but it was fucking funny.
I was trying to walk the room.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah, leave.
Yeah.
Leave. Go to your job. Go to your job, you fucking assholes. I don't even know why you're here. I'm the last guy.
Yeah.
You saw your Sebastian? You saw your whoever was on
Joe
the bill?
Rogan.
You saw your Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Just go. Just go. Absolutely brilliant. I don't remember how that night ended.
That was
but-
the last thing I remembered there. I think we left there shortly after that.
we were back at the Standard, and you walked into Chad's room where Mitchell and Tracy and I and Chad were.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
You walked in with a bathrobe and a thong for a lady.
It wasn't a thong. It was Bingo. Bingo had to buy underpants. She has a new outfit. She goes, I need underpants for this outfit.
I
'cause
didn't own one pair.
she doesn't wear underpants. So she got these little thong underpants. So I put on a pair and a bathrobe and come strolling in.
Put on is a loose term. You were hanging out, sir.
Yes. Those balls don't fit in a thong. I need a long thong. Do you have this in a knee high?
I completely forgot that he did that.
Yeah.
That was.
I get up in the morning. The Standard Hotel is, I think it used to be like really hip to
Fancy.
go to. And it's right there on Sunset.
When I first walked in, they have a big glass box behind the reception
yeah.
desk. And there's just like a girl in her panties
Yep.
on an iPad just sitting in there like, I don't know, it's like a performance
You know how,
art or...
like a dance club would have
Weird.
go-go dancers in a cage? Behind, they have an aquarium behind the front desk, and they just have a girl scantily clad, but she's in there like tweeting and bored. And it's just, I was like... I don't get offended easily, but I wanted to go, what are you doing this for? like this is sexist to the point where it's unsexy. Like you're being used and you're not even good at it.
Sounds like human trafficking.
If they had a stripper in there, I would have checked it out for a minute, but I tried to avert my eyes. It felt creepy.
Yeah.
It felt like you were watching a young girl in her bedroom before she went to bed.
Yeah, and she didn't want.
Weird.
She didn't like
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, or didn't even know you were there.
It's awful.
Yeah.
What a
so that was
fucking
my
awful
first
hotel.
impression, but it was fancy, I guess. I would say I haven't stayed in a lot of hotels
Well,
in
we're at
the area.
street
but
level. So we get a ground floor with a patio kind of, it would be a balcony if it was not first floor. So it's a patio and there was nothing out there. So it was like a prison yard, where people can pace, 10 feet back and forth. There's no chairs. There's no table. There's no ashtray. There's just loud traffic. So Brian said, can we get some chairs out here? So they brought 2 chairs, no table. So you could sit there, again, prison style, smoke cigarettes.
I went out to smoke weed in mine, and I just drug that gigantic silver beanbag out there.
Looked like a huge Hershey's Kiss.
Yeah, it looked like an old space capsule.
Let me quickly back up. One other thing I forgot, I don't have it in my notes, but I did a podcast in New York with Paul Mercurio, and his podcast is called 2 Chairs and a Microphone. And he came to my hotel to do it, thank God, because I don't ever want to leave my hotel in New York. I hate the city. It's claustrophobic. It's awful. I didn't know him. I think I might have met him, but I didn't know him well. And he came over, and I go, you're going to have to change the name because there's only one fucking chair in this hotel because it's New York. But I had a fucking fantastic dude. He was bitching about, no one drinks. I go to the comedy clubs and everyone's a fucking in recovery and I fucking hate it. I go, oh, we're going to get along good. Yeah, I'm going to look you up next time I come back. I don't know when that comes out, but look for Paul Mercurio, 2 Chairs and a Microphone podcast. But back to my prison yard. So the Standard is already a fucking hipster piece of shit that hasn't been upgraded in a long time. But they have a diner. And it's kind of like the kind of diner you like. It looks 70s style, vinyl chairs, at a kind of place you'd want to eat. $14 for a fried egg sandwich. Not the place you want to spend money.
That's the cheapest thing you can buy.
Yeah, it looks like a kind of place you want to eat. So after Saturday night and a little bit of blow and a lot of podcasting and walking around in women's panties, I wake up and I can feel the fucking stink of my hangover coming off of me. And I go to that diner, which is empty as it should be. And I sit down at the diner and they're fucking cranking. Let's just say that, the song that this podcast opened with, the lyrics are cranking. That's why this podcast started with that. Suck that dick, nigger. Suck a dick, nigger. Come on, suck that dick, nigger, at high volumes. And you guys know me. I don't have a problem with the language. I have a problem with shitty music blaring at me when I'm sitting at a coffee diner, eggs and fucking bacon kind of place. And I go, can we turn down or off the suck that dick nigger? And I'm enunciating it loudly. And whatever stupid poor girl that works here, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Really? I have to sit here and have bacon and eggs while I listen to suck that dick nigger. And I just kept saying it loudly like she'd be embarrassed at some point. And no, she wasn't. Yeah, no, it's not my, it's against my, I can't. And we don't have bacon and eggs because they do what they call pop-up restaurants where some famous chef will come and change the fucking menu. Like, I just want bacon and eggs. Well, you can get that out at the pool bar. And I'm like, all right, good. I'll get it at the pool bar so I don't have to listen to suck that dick nigger. And I'm yelling it as loud as I can. And I get up to turn around to storm out. And right behind me is fucking Jerry and Malcolm, Johnny Depp's fucking security chiefs of police, warlocks, I call them. I'm like, fuck, now I got to sit down and say hi. I'm going to be here for a minute, but then I'm going to the pool. So yeah, I said hello for a brief period of time. And then we went to the pool where they did not have niggers sucking dicks.
No, but you did inform our waitress at the pool.
African-American waitress. I go, is that normal to have suck that dick nigger? I can't wait to write the Yelp review about this and get my fucking money back from the hotel. Yeah, we'll torture them. And then once I have it in play, I'll clue you guys into it. Or you can just start writing your own Yelp reviews about the Standard Hotel on Sunset Boulevard, which is already being trashed for. It's a 5-star hotel, but they get a 3.6 rating on Expedia. This place is washed up.
I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't do your other plan where we went there before we left. And Stanhope's going to tell them that I could not bring my biracial children to breakfast.
Chad Shank
And
has
we were
biracial
outraged.
children. Don't worry, that'll be in the Yelp review. Oh, yeah, I'm going to fucking jack up the Yelp review. Don't write goofy Yelp reviews. Just write about whatever. Leave this suck that dick nigger to me.
Think about something crappy that happened to you at another place and pretend it happened to you at the Standard.
There's enough shit to bitch about, but yeah. And that was Sunday morning. Then we start drinking $14 drinks at the pool. And we had enough where Chad Shank goes, if I take off my shirt, I'm going to clear this place out.
The whole place was nothing but really fit people. Everybody
Hot
was
LA.
tanned. Yeah. It was mostly gay dudes in Speedos, but they were all, so,
Buff,
yeah.
fucking 6-packs.
Yeah.
And we're all,
Pasty and doughy.
yeah, and hungover and angry looking. So we had I just ordered off the cocktail menu. I have vodka and club soda in my room. Let's make the most difficult drinks to make. I'll have the Paloma with the fresh squeeze, this and that.
I'm going to try the El Pinchazo.
Yes,
I ordered that drink.
that was the
good.
good one with
Yeah.
the fucking chili. It's a
Basil.
Oh, was that the prickly pear margarita you were?
We drank them
that
all.
was-
Okay.
We drank enough to where we go, fuck it, we are going to take our shirts off.
Not only did we do that, but then I suggested that we go and ask all of the dudes in Speedos to take a picture with us. Just joking to Stanhope.
Just for contrast.
Yeah. Completely forgetting that he's going to call me out, and it's only funny if we fucking do it.
Yep.
So,
It's the before and after shot.
yeah.
But I tweeted fitting in perfectly with the LA A-list Hollywood pool bar crowd. Thanks, Amy Schumer, for giving us the confidence. And I don't check my Twitter again. Within 15 minutes, fucking Hennigan is racing in going, what did you tweet about Amy Schumer? She's very upset. So I check my direct messages. She goes, is that an insult? Please explain this to me because it's hurtful or whatever. I don't know if you're trying to embarrass me or... And I'm like, no. we're fat fucks in front of... We're doing everything you do. We're fat fucks. Showing off our grotesqueness. Not that she's grotesque, but we are at a Hollywood pool. Oh, thanks for explaining it to me. And I hope she's ready for my fucking Ronda Rousey tweet, which I can't tweet till she fights on New Year's Eve. But I'll give her a heads up. Hey, this is not personal against you.
You
What
sent
about
her
the
a...
follow-up pictures? The follow-up pictures?
Oh, yeah, later, I put on the fucking women's panties. Not that this is a thing with me, but it is. And I tweeted a picture of me in those same women's panties thongs with a sign that says, it's a man's world, Amy Schumer.
With the mirror in the back.
Yeah.
So you got
so
the
you can
you got
see
the
the
front and the
G-string
back. With
Yep.
that, yeah.
It was good. Very good.
It was good. Let's take a break, because
there's a lot. My brain's spinning.
Well, coming up is the Ari Shafir taping.
Yeah, we
That
did
was the
that.
next day.
That's
No, that was the
that's
same
coming
day.
up. That's coming up. That's after the pool.
Ran into Neil Hamburger and Tim Heidecker in the Sky Club.
Yeah.
And Tim and I hadn't met Tim Heidecker, and we did the double take and hey.
Shrimps and white wine.
Yeah, we didn't get a picture. I felt really bad.
So are you teasing it, or are we just gonna go
No,
into
that's
it?
the only story there.
Right.
I just wrote down. I was trying to write down every fucking thing that happened because a million things happened in a week, and it was all great. So let's take a quick break
Okay.
and suck that dick, nigger. Hey, this is Doug Stanhope, and for those of you who ask me when I occasionally check my internet, can I get a signed copy of the book? Yes, you can. If you already have the book, wait till I go on tour. But if you want a signed copy right now, go to DougStanhope.com, go to the merch page, and Chaille has them, or go to whatever page Chaille has them on, because he makes this podcast work, and he's selling the things, and I sign them all day when I'm trying to watch hockey. Why do I watch hockey? Because I hate basketball, but I also watch basketball. I'm trying to do whatever I can do to not work. I'll be working soon, but that's against my will. So go to DougStanhope.com and order a book that I have to sit here and sign when I was otherwise trying to watch a sporting event that I don't like while I'm drinking. Thank you.
This is Bingo. You are listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
All right, let's blast through the viewer mail. Someone gave me shit. You never read emails like Bill Burr does. I read snail mail because I enjoy going to the mailbox, as does Bingo when you send her a lot of shit, as does Chad Shank. And Chaille kind of gets left out, but even Derek got some mail from Helsinki, Finland. Someone made him up some the petition sheets to become mayor.
Oh yeah, that was
he's too lazy to go to the fucking store and get copies. So someone from fucking Finland had to send it to him.
That's great.
So yeah, we've been gone for a while, so there's a lot of shit. I'm gonna blast through it. Hey Doug, just finished your book, fucking brilliant. Here's some shit from my hoard to yours, and he sent ammonia inhalants. What do you call those?
I may need one of those.
Smelling salts.
Yeah.
As well as some black rubber murderer gloves. And that thing, what's that thing?
It's
to go with the murder gloves.
Yeah, it's like a murder brass-knuckled knife thing, I guess.
It's like a Batman logo shape. Is that Batman logo?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a bat logo, brass knuckles, but it's not brass.
It's got knives on the side of it.
If you put a handle on it, it would look like a guillotine axe because it's double-bladed on both sides.
If I needed to use it in a fight, I would just huck it real hard at somebody.
Porn. You know what? I'm going to keep the porn because I had a couple of fucking days where you go, hey, RedTube just won't fucking download, and all I had was tranny porn from that fucking that pilot shoot.
Hey, I
toughed it out.
On that note, can I give a thank you? Because I got my first naked chick picture sent to me, and I thought maybe she would look like a garbage truck, but she is fucking hot. So
yeah, we don't get enough naked
so.
pictures tweeted at us or texted to us or emailed. Yeah, how about some more naked pictures? Even hideous ones that are funny.
Yeah, maybe.
Pee in the potty chair. There's a book. He's got some elk urine. Thank you for that. That's Luke Jenkins. Thank you for that. I get a letter from the people that came for the taping that we brought to the Funhouse taping the night before the actual special taping, the other taping. It was Angie and Eric Croucher.
Oh, I remember them.
Yeah, they were sweet. And she wrote this whole letter saying, I'm sorry, I feel like I fucked up and I was weird and I'm not usually weird. You were great, Angie Croucher. Thank you very much. Stop with this.
She sounds like one of us.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. That morning regret 6 months later. Angie Croucher, you're a fucking lovely human being. This guy, the magnificent Samuel, sent a picture that he drew with a story underneath it in pencil so light that you can read like 3 words of it. And a guy hanging himself, etc. And then he has this form letter where he fills your name in. I don't sell art. I choose who I give art to. He's being funny.
Yeah.
I
hope so.
But in it says, where is it? These are not for sale. You can't buy them. In fact, if you were to ever see a piece of art by the magnificent Samuel at auction, you would be and then it's on another. You'd be a piece of shit. But it's perfect because we are doing the eBay yard sale probably in July. So I will sell this Yes, fuck you, the Magnificent Samuel, if you ever see this at auction. Oh, this will be on eBay just because you said that.
From here, it looks like a Gretchen.
Yeah, we could stamp a Gretchen on it and sell it. He said the base price is $47 million, but it's discounted by all but $5 of those dollars, and I can pay in 3 easy installments of $1.66. Well, no, we're going to put that at auction. Thank you, Magnificent Samuel. I will. You did send a self-addressed stamped envelope to return $5 to Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I'll just mail you some.
No, I'll put a Kenny for Mayor sticker in there.
There you go.
All right, there you go. You get
Can you
a Kenny
include a
for Mayor
Derek
sticker.
for Mayor sticker
Well,
too?
yeah, we'll send a bunch of stickers to him. Yeah.
This came from Sweden. It's a guy's book, and I don't know how to. Armée des Enfants. And it's a picture book. He says I don't have to plug it because it's a limited edition. It's a coffee table picture book where he has just this fucking looks like a snowman, and he brings it around different places. It's a nice picture book for my coffee table. I don't have to plug it, but I did. That's Jonathan Hayner from Sweden. So thank you for that. Fucking big ass White Horse, Yukon Territory street sign. Someone stole a Stanhope Place street sign from White Horse, Yukon Territory. That's going on the wall.
Nice.
Thank you. That's David Cleaver, I believe. This guy sent a typewritten letter. This dude's name is Brian Kranz from Oakland, and I won't read the whole letter, but paragraph 2. Last week, my cousin killed his 2 children, ages 3 and 5, and your book arrived yesterday, a Sunday. So I thought I'd send a quick letter. Blah, blah, blah. He had to do the eulogy for the dude that killed his kids and then killed himself. He said you can look up the guy's name. It made international news. I'm trying to scan for the name. Justin Bond, B-O-H-N. Yeah, so he had to do the, he said he wished he could have cut loose and said the truth about what he was thinking, but he said the guy was a good guy up until he killed his 2 kids and himself because his wife's leaving him. And that's not an awkward fan letter for the Doug Stanhope podcast. We have to talk about getting rid of the Shotclog part. I think we might have to get rid of that. It's just, it's clunky, and then you have to explain it too much. That's that. Doug taking a month-long trip across the country, and I was going to send you a postcard from every city from, I can't read your name, Debsky, something Debsky. Sure, send them. I love it. I love the fucking postcards. Hey, Doug, I wrote this, and then it made me think of you. Hope you like it. Hit me up, DaveSchaefer4@gmail. Doug Stanhope poem, a.k.a. Bukowski. Well, Chaille's, he's our in-house poet, so why don't you read the poem?
My glasses, hold on.
There you go. Got it?
Empty threats and stupid bets smoked up all my cigarettes. I'm coked to the gills and full of regrets, and I haven't paid off not one of my debts.
Pretty accurate, except for the
Schaefer.
debts part. I'll get those paid off. Michael Shaw is a painter and screen printer from Levelland, Texas, and he sent some of his artwork and his beautiful artwork. Maybe that'll get sold in the eBay auction because I have no place to put it. I'm running out of walls, so unless you buy me a house, don't send me artwork that I can that I have to put up. But it's very, very good artwork. Thank you for that. Is that all our shit? There's probably more stuff in this pile. Oh, beer koozies, yeah.
Knitted beer koozies.
Go ahead, read that one, Chad.
It says, hello. Here are some drink koozies for your bar, knitted by yours truly. Fight for which ones you want to claim. Made for Doug, Bingo, Shank, and Chaille. We love you, creeps. Love Alyssa. We love you too, Alyssa. I'm using the red and
You
gold
actually are using
beer
that.
koozie right now.
Thanks. It's nice to come home to big piles of shit that aren't just bills. Thank you very much. And now we'll get back to the podcast, already in progress. If I missed something you sent, I just get stacks of shit I unpacked. I got a David Spade, Almost Interesting, the memoir. Bought that for myself, motherfucker, as well as Kelly Carlin's A Carlin Home Companion, which should have been here waiting for me, but it's not here yet. So that's coming. And I ordered one other book, and I can't. Oh,
How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
yes, the one that Chad always pitches.
You've never read that?
No, probably not.
I figured you'd find it in some hotel room across your travels, but
And
it's a good read.
sell it at the merch booth without reading it. All right, we'll be back after this drink. Oh, wait, there's 3 more things I forgot. Someone sent us customs jackets for Border Patrol, 2 jackets, because he sent me one a while ago, and then he sent one for you and one for Chad, both XLs. It fits Chad snugly with a cap, and yours won't fit at all because it's an XL. But thank you for that. That was a guy named Chad sent us that. And Zach, I know Zach, he tweets at us a lot. He's a good dude. And he sent me an Egypt Air pin, fortuitously timed after that crash. And someone sent us an anonymous potato from a company that sends anonymous potatoes from people. And it says, Tater's gonna Tate on the business card, which I thought was funny. All right, now I think I'm caught up. Now let's have a drink and then get back to the podcast. And I fucked up one more time. Hi, Doug. I wanted to thank you and Bingo for offering the free Drunk with Power shirt to wipe my designated driver's vomit off the side of his truck. It was a great show that I'll always remember fondly now that I have a 2-year-old son. I'll unlikely to ever see you again, etc., etc. And he sent a card that said, Sick my duck, and Cockmaster. But yes, I don't remember that. But evidently, we gave someone a free T-shirt to wipe vomit off his car, and just like the guy who had to do a eulogy for a suicide victim who murdered his kids, that's our audience. Now I think I'm really done. Let's get back to the podcast. We didn't talk about periscoping it.
Wow, that's.
I remember we were doing the fucking depressing songs again.
Yeah,
we going?
Yeah.
We're doing.
Yeah. You pulling your pants down and me fucking singing is not the parts I want to recall. So
I don't remember pulling my pants down last night. Did I have women's underwear on again?
You did not, but you fruit basketed the periscope. I remember
what did you
that.
call it?
Oh yeah,
What'd you call it? Where you pushed your
back
jump,
lunch,
a back lunch
something like that.
with one ball.
I pushed my fucking cock and balls back between my legs and then did the moon with the fucking. I'm sure the kids have a term for it, but someone screenshotted it and tweeted it at me this morning, and I'm like, you fucking assholes! You could have waited till the afternoon for me to remember that.
I was really feeling regretful about the whole Periscope thing this morning, and then I remembered that in the middle of it at one point, somebody said something, and I said, well, then send naked pictures. And then they said, all right, check your email. Of course, I couldn't check my email while I was periscoping. So this morning when I was feeling horrible, I had some nice hot girl nude pictures sent to me. So, hey, thanks for that.
And I was very jealous that I rarely get nude photos. So, yeah, share those.
If people want to look at you naked in real life, if nobody wants to look at you naked,
what?
I don't want to look at pictures of you naked.
I'm fine with your grotesque naked pictures, but they have to be you. They have to be authentic.
Stanhope is fine with that.
Except for
Hold up a newspaper, a current newspaper.
I'm not gonna. I was gonna say a name, but I'm not gonna say her name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you really think that you're hugely attractive and you're the opposite, anyway. Hey, there's a dog at the door. Well, it's on the podcast. Did Bingo leave again?
No, right there.
Oh, good. Well, you're good at leaving and not telling anyone. So after
the pool party?
After the pool party, where we started drinking everything off the fucking menu at 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh, wait, I have to do Ari Shafir's show. I'm scheduled to be on at 7:30. So I had, thank you, Adderall Jack. I had the last 2 Adderall that Chad and I did way too early because I forget that Hollywood doesn't work on time. Will we need you there for 5:30? for your 7:30 appearance. And I'm like, at that point, we're kind of drunk. And I'm like, fuck them. I'm going to Axl Rose this. And I'm going to show up at 5:38.
They got you because your 7:30 was 8:45 when we got the.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, all right, now I've already been drinking since 11. I haven't gone over the story. I read a story that was from the book, but I hadn't practiced. I told this story years ago when it happened, the Lorca story, if you've read the book. And I got to put in the Christine Hajj part about the A-lister global. But I blew him in my car, but I didn't have to take out the joke because there's no lawyers around. I can't tell you who he is, but I'll tell you what he does for a living. He's the Prince of Monaco. That's how that story should end in the book, but lawyers would not tolerate it. So I get to start with that into the Lorca story, and Kreischer was there. Kreischer shows up.
Kreischer texted me, and are you in LA? Before, and when Bert Kreischer texts me, it's like the first time Johnny Depp texted you.
Yeah.
It's like I'm fucking all happy, showing me, Bert Kreischer texted me. But then he showed up.
So he shows up. Sal Volcano from the Impractical Jokers shows up. We're just sitting there. The fucking, as always, the LA shoot is running late. I don't care. I know the story well enough. I actually went on stage. This is Ari Shaffir's show. It's on Comedy Central, and also they air it online. I think Comedy Central's
website. You can actually watch past episodes.
I don't know when it airs, but yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna go up. I brought my book up. This story is from my book because I thought it's a good reason to plug my book. I'm holding my book up the whole time like I'm reading out of it, but I'm not. I'm not looking at it. I'm just holding it up, graphically, obscenely overselling it.
I liked how before they gave everybody a. I was
the direction.
You tell that story. I was impressed. I'd never been where they shot a TV show or anything. I was really impressed with everything. They had fucking food and drinks.
It was a strip club.
It was, well, I mean, just in the back though, like
Yeah.
tents and big air conditioning units to make sure that the people weren't too hot. And the one
Crash
thing that,
services.
they had, in the middle of all the food, they just have like vitamins of different kinds and Band-Aids and just whatever shit you might need. I was like, this is
They
fucking
film
cool.
in a titty bar, Cheetahs in Hollywood, and it's just four people. It was Bonnie McFarlane, Scruncho, Aaron Berg, who I didn't see his set, but I remember that story from we worked together in Canada. It's four comics and Ari standing on a stage telling jokes, and they probably have 80 people working on this set. They have tents in the back, they have trucks, and you guys were all here for the presentation pilot we did here, and it was just whoever's around comes down.
Most of the people were on their phone.
There's no reason to have that many people working.
They had an ice chest full of beer that, well, with some beers in it, that required a bottle opener, but there was no bottle opener. So people were bringing beers to Bingo and I so we could open them with Stanhope's lighter. and then I had to
And they
go.
run out of beer, so Chad Shank.
I had to go over and restock the beer cooler. I'm like, who the fuck is all these people on their phone, man? I should get paid for this.
Chad Shank just took over. Bingo took over. We'll do proper PA work. We filmed our own shit in Bisbee with fucking 8 of us. There's no reason for this. Not only to have that many employees, but to be this slipshod. So I go up, and Sal Volcano from the Impractical Jokers there. Bert Kreischer is there, the Machine, and Bingo's there, and they're out back watching on the. And they directed all of us. All right, here it's a strip club, so you're kind of in the round. There's going to be people sitting behind you, but the cameras are on the other side. The people behind you will know that you're not going to face them. You're going to play to the cameras. They're aware of that, so you don't have to be hypersensitive about the people that are looking at your back. And I kind of went over the story a couple times with you and
With
Chad. And I'm like, this stuff I forgot to bring a page. I wrote it out, but I missed a page. I'm like, fuck it. So I just played to the back of the fucking tent where you guys are sitting outside. And I walked up and I faced purposely the wrong side of the room that they trained me not to. And I go, here's my story. It's a storytelling show. It's called This Is Not Happening. And I faced the people that I'm not supposed to face with the cameras at my back.
And all the people who were on their phones are now freaking the fuck out because we're watching a TV screen that has 3 different camera angles on one screen.
All of his
and
back.
all of them just show the back of his head. So we were, what is he doing?
My thinning spot.
But you said,
And I said, okay, this is my story. This story is about my time on the Impractical Jokers cruise ship.
so I
where-
gasp.
And Sal gasped.
Sal gasped.
Where I got my nickname, The Machine.
And the entire green room erupted. It was fantastic.
And then I told my real story, and we get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
We go
That
to
was
the
great.
Comedy Store. We told everyone, I'm leaving as soon as I'm done. We're going right into an Uber. Oh, that was a funny story, too. When we did Mark Maron's podcast, he had the president on, as we alluded to earlier. And when we get our Uber, the driver, he said, is this the house where the president was? And we got an Uber black car. It's the Suburban, black Suburban.
Higher end.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he goes, I had a call that day, and because I'm driving this car, they had the whole street blocked off, but when they saw my car, they waved me this way. They were waving everyone that way, and they waved me this way, and then I rolled down my window. I go, I think you got the wrong guy. And they waved him away, but it was very funny. So we go back after the Ari taping, and we go to the Comedy Store. Sarah Hyland, who is mentioned in the book, I'm so fucking lucky that if you've read the book, Chris O'Connor, my first juvenile delinquent friend from when I was 13, and we used to egg buses and throw crap fraps at him and snowball cars. He's driving out here as we speak. He'll be here in a couple days. Patricia Waits from the story that lived next to Mother, the ejaculate in your anus. She has a different take on the story that's worse, more graphic. She's coming out the week after that. And then Sarah Hyland from that is just a beat in the book, but the drawn out story will be better. We're going to do the audio book. We're going to start doing that next week, but I'm going to get as many people that are in the book to come on to do sidebar director commentary about how they remember it. So I have 3 people in the next 3 weeks. So we'll put it out. I think we'll put it out podcast style as well as, put it into the audio book. Okay. Sarah Hyland we ran into that night. Bert Kreischer after Ari's show. We ran into Sarah Hyland from the book. Bert Kreischer's there. His fucking head is enormous. Jesus Christ.
I did not. He's talking about how big his hat is, and I can't be bigger than my head. He puts it on. I look like a 5-year-old. Covered my eyes completely. I got to hang out with Bert a lot that night. You were mingling around Stanhope.
He never
Everybody
gets on
wanted
fire. I
to-
really want to be around him all my life just because he makes me so happy.
Yeah, I had a good time with him. We're fucking giggling like girls on the side.
Well, you had to wingman him.
Well, because a guy, I guess recognized him or something, and he was coming over, and Bert's like, turns to me real quick, and he's like, I don't remember this guy's name, so, introduce yourself for me, which I learned that already, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I got you. And he comes over, and I run interference, and I'm like, hey, my name's Chad. What's your name? And he was like, Chad Shank? And Bert and I both started cracking up. That went weird.
Who's your friend? Oh, it's Bert Kreischer. He's a known comic. Bert who?
Yeah, that was a funny thing. I don't remember a whole bunch of that night because we started drinking early at the pool. So by the time we went there, it was like 10:30, 11 at night.
Yeah,
when
the
we got
Adderall
to
was gone. there was I wouldn't even say a little person. She was I think she had like spina bifida or something.
Yeah.
She was a small person.
She's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah. Comic.
Yeah.
Hot as shit.
Her name was Lila Hart, and she was incredibly hot, and I hit on her for like 45 minutes.
I told her how huge your cock was, and I probably scared her off. That's going to straighten your spine. You're gonna be 5'6" after this if you do it, and it's going to ruin your act because I know that your whole act is about being 3 feet tall.
Great wingman move. When I'm talking to a 3 foot tall girl, don't come and tell her how big my dick is. But I was just talking to her because I thought it would be a hilarious story that I tried to hit on a midget, but also because a regular-sized girl that's that hot would never talk to me. There's no way that she would sit there and talk to me. And then I was like, all right, this is kind of, because then we're seriously talking for a little while, and it felt like I was really hitting on her, and I was like, I think I'm going to stop doing this and go hang out with other people. And a dude came over and tried to cock block me. He started hitting on her right in front of me, and I was like, well, fuck you then, dude. So I stared him down until he left, and then But she was a very sweet girl. She's a comic, and she was kind of new at it, I guess. But she's
yeah, no, she was. I wish I had more vivid memories, and I remember thinking, oh, I hope I'm not talking down to you. Well, sorry, fuck the pun. Anyway.
That's the only time it was weird, and then because I'm trying to talk to her, and I didn't know if I should bring up, like, should I pick you up or something so that you don't have to crank your neck up to talk to me?
Oh, we did do that. Wait, we did do that. To get a picture next to my name written on the side of the Comedy Store. Someone picked her up to get the picture.
I missed that.
I assumed it was you.
No,
it wasn't me.
I wasn't for that. I was around the backside talking to
you guys
people.
don't know John Doerr, or maybe you do. He's a comic, very funny, but he looks very similar to Brendan Walsh, who doesn't get spots at the Comedy Store. But at one point, someone thought he was John Doerr and said, hey, do you want to do 5 minutes? And he's like, yeah. He's all confused because they don't give him spots for some reason, which is all fucked up because Brendan Walsh is one of the funniest people that's ever lived. So he goes, yeah. And he didn't understand why till the MC said, the next comic is John Doerr. Give him a round of applause. So he went up and he did John Doerr's act. It was such a fucking fun weekend.
Oh, man.
We left. We did Kelly Carlin, George Carlin's daughter, has a monthly show on Sirius XM.
It's Monday morning.
This is on our way out.
After the Burt Kreischer Periscope of what happened at RE taping and Comedy Store.
I still haven't seen that. We got to, maybe, can we put a link to that?
That will be gone by the time this goes
Periscope.
out.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. We did Kelly Carlin's, who I've only met twice vaguely. The Green Room with Paul Provenza, I met her there, and I met her somewhere else. But I talked to her on Twitter. I feel like I know her as well as I know any of you. And it was right by the airport, a few hours before we were flying out, and it was just so much fun. I had more fun on that podcast. I remember giving her shit. She tried to... I can't take compliments. She's going, if there was an heir to my father, it's you. I go, hey, do you ever sit around with Rain Pryor and get drunk and get into fights over whose dad was really funnier? Richard Pryor or George Carlin? Come on.
That was a lot of fun. She was very nice. And then her sound guy, Logan, was there. I'll say hi to him because he told me afterwards that he listens to the podcast. They were really nice.
When I did Maron's podcast, he had some kid... There's the crystal blue eyes and perfect hair 25-year-old kid that just was sitting there for no reason, and I didn't ask. But then when we did Kelly Carlin's, she had this beautiful young Brad Pitt kind of looking kid, 25 years old, sitting there for no reason. I go, does everyone that has a podcast have a smooth young boy? Is that a status thing that doesn't talk? And afterwards, he came up to Chad and he goes, hey, I'm a really big fan. I love your podcast. It's the only words he spoke. Yeah, Kelly, I had a fucking story about Kelly and I don't know what it was. I don't know. Maybe it's just a plug. I think that comes out in July. She does one podcast or not a radio show a month.
Sirius XM.
And it takes 2 months to put it out somehow.
Oh, wow.
But I'll be happy to hear it. Fucking, yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed listening to it. Bingo and I both enjoyed listening to it.
It was a nice way to close.
conversation.
Like if I had to close on the Ron Bennington fucking panic attack, I'd go, I'm quitting comedy. I'm going to kill myself. Get to close on Kelly Carlin, and I fucking absolutely love her.
That was where we started up drinking again
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were at the airport.
We're 10 minutes from the airport. So we get to the airport. We get to the Sky Club. And,
Fuck. That was fun.
Hold on. I think you should do the high fives first and then close it with that. The
I
phone
thought we
call.
did the high fives on the, it was on the airplane. We did the high fives.
High fives were later.
First we were at the
Oh,
Sky
shit. Okay.
Club.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought you did it walking through the airport.
We're at the Sky
after.
Club and having our complimentary cocktails, and some douche just dunce in a suit is having the loudest cell phone conversation ever. Hang on.
He had both headphones in his ears.
Like the iPhone.
Like the iPhone
ones
headphone,
They
yep.
give you the earbuds, but both ears, so he can't really.
Yeah, he couldn't hear anything.
Well, this starts with you at the Tucson airport. Similar story.
When I flew out and on the way back, when I flew out there, I was in the Tucson airport and I was trying to finish Stanhope's book. because I
Tucson
didn't know-
Airport is the only bar where I'm a regular, which is weird. They know my drink. I know every bartender because I'm there. It's the only place I'm a regular. So he goes in reading my book.
And the bartender comes over and says, "Oh, he flies out of here." And of course, I'm in the middle of the book and I go, "Yeah, he's my friend. I'm going to go meet up with him right now." And my whole fucking face flushed red because I go, "Oh, you fucking just sounded like a complete asshole. That was not how you should have responded to that." But I didn't.
That was the weakest name drop ever.
Yeah, I was like, "You fucking asshole." But she then told me that she says the last time I saw him in here, she says he's really nice guy. She said the last time I saw him in here, there was a guy on his phone. And he was just yelling, and he was talking about toilets, and we're trying to serve.
He was in the toilet industry.
Trying to serve people food, and his entire conversation is yelling about toilets. She said, so he gets on his phone and just starts yelling, "I don't know, I guess we're just talking about toilets in the bar." And
Hey, honey, evidently there's a who can have the loudest cell phone conversation competition about toilets, and I think I'm losing. Because the guy next to me is talking way louder about toilets repeatedly.
she said everybody in the bar was fucking laughing.
So when we're leaving out of L.A., this douchebag with his 2 headphones in a Sky Club where everyone's kind of a cunt anyway.
Kind
and
of quiet.
You want it to be quiet.
Yeah.
That's why you pay $50 to be in there and drink free drinks. And this guy's sitting right in the middle of the place. The place is as big as a football field.
Right behind the bar.
Yeah, and he's just yelling this conversation, and everyone's turning around and giving him the stink eye, but he's not making eye contact. He doesn't get it. So I picked up my phone, and I just did the other end of his conversation as loud from across the room. Well, yeah, no, I got my guys. They're in temporary housing right now. And I wait for the pause. You know, temporary means you have to leave soon, right? It's just whatever he says, I'm acting like we're having the same conversation. And it went on for at least 4 minutes.
I loved it when you were berating him for eating. Are you eating?
Are you chewing while we're
Chewing
on
with your
this
mouth
phone
open?
call?
It really disgusts me.
This is a business call. I can't believe that you're eating. I can hear it, sir. for a long time, I thought it was Bingo and I are just losing it because everybody else is just sitting there like they don't.
You didn't think they were listening?
To it.
Passively.
But one guy was pretending he was sleeping, and he was hearing the whole thing. And everybody, like when you were done, Stanhope got a round of applause.
Yeah.
For people we had no idea that were listening.
So
I thought I was bothering everyone just as much, but as soon as the guy left, they're like, "Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious! Thank you for doing that."
So he eventually left the room, and then
Still oblivious, not knowing, still on his phone. He started walking around at one point. Oh, good. Are you just walking around now?
That was so funny.
Oh, man.
Ran into Steve Ranazizi. I think I gave him shit on Twitter. He was the guy that pretended to be a 9/11 survivor and then got found out. But I found out his backstory, and he was a really nice guy, so sorry for giving you shit.
he was at the store all weekend too.
Yeah. He had a good excuse, plausible deniability. Yeah, he got into a bad space. So him. High fiving. That's a complete impractical jokers thing. That was one of their challenges, is trying to get everyone to high five you. So
that was when we left the Sky Club.
When we left
were
the Sky
hammered.
Club, really fucking hammered. Chad and I had a competition of who could get the most high fives, and Chad won because he got a pilot and a cop. So yeah, we did that, and there was one douche in my foggy memory of sitting, probably because we were in first class, and one guy tried to high five on the way past, and he's like, not for my life would I ever high
Not
five.
a chance or something. So yeah, we fucked with him as he shuffled past. We were just drunk and obnoxious. I would have hated us if
Stanhope
I was
was talking
anybody
about
else.
ISIS.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
that guy
She's
looks
like-
like ISIS to me. Well, before that,
It was the lady in front of you.
that, because when the guy wouldn't high five me and I was trying to tell him his shoes are untied, you were just fucking being obnoxious. And I was like, why won't he high five us? And I go, some people are afraid of SARS, just trying to think of the most outdated fucking disease I could think of. And Stanhope's like, maybe it's the new one. What's the new one called? And I said, and we're 3 seats away, so I'm shouting back and forth to each other. And I says, it's Zika virus. Oh, yeah, maybe they're afraid of the Zika virus. And the fat lady in front of Stanhope just gives me a deal and goes, that's not funny. And I tried to be all serious, and I told her, ma'am, it's funny because I don't think it spread through high fives. She wouldn't fucking look at me after that.
Shocking. She
I
didn't
said
get it.
something
But that
about
was- but
ISIS, and
then-
the fucking
then-
stewardess is giving
Like,
me the.
shut
It was
your
because
fucking
then
mouth.
you asked the dude to switch places. It was a dude right next to us, and he went to the bathroom. And I think you're trying to get him kicked off so I could get his seat because all I hear is that guy.
Yeah, you
And
said he was. I think that guy looks like ISIS. And then the stewardess was like,
Don't talk like that.
Yo, oh no,
Cut
that's
it
the
off.
irony is she gave me the throat cut sign. She gave me the beheading sign when I made an ISIS joke.
She did
Now you
not.
don't know what to do.
Oh,
And Hennigan was on one of the podcasts in the Comedy Store, and he was drunk. And Hennigan gets to be a real dick when he's drinking sometimes.
It was Sunday morning.
But he left his credit card, so we got his credit card.
at the Comedy Store.
So Hennigan bought us. He hugely overtipped, as well as picking up our tab at the Comedy Store, and then at breakfast the next day, hugely overtipped again. And then we left his credit card at the front desk for him to pick up. I don't. We'll hear from him when he gets the bill, but. There was a $66 tab at the Comedy Store, and he tipped $100. And it was $45 at breakfast. He tipped $50. But he deserved it for being a drunken dick. But he knows it. He woke up the next day going, I think I might have been a bit of an asshole last night. Yeah, you were.
oh
Yes.
that was we podcasted the second night.
That's
How
what
am
it
I
was.
just fucking remembering stuff?
Sunday night is when all that took place because Monday morning is when you guys picked up his
Sunday
card.
night was worse.
Him and Bert were at each other because Bert was trying to tell him that United States comics are funnier than UK comics, thinking that he's British and not Scottish, and that was what I remember. That was what he was upset about. But Crusher was too drunk to realize it, and he thought he was defending UK comics. It was fucking hilarious.
Bert was taking a stand on something he admitted he had no stand on, and it was just to fuck with.
Yeah. The whole thing was fucking hilarious.
It was very good. We're gonna wrap this up. I got a couple of announcements. If you heard Gary Johnson, the Libertarian candidate on Joe Rogan's podcast, I haven't heard it yet, but last podcast, we implored you to listen. He's a fucking super high guy. He's got great ideas. And now because of Trump and everyone fleeing the GOP, he is getting a double-digit fucking, he's 10 and 11%, which is the highest since Ross Perot for a third-party guy. Follow Gary Johnson. I should be. They offered to fly me out, but we put it to a poll, and you'd rather have me at Killer Termites Day this Sunday, May 29th, to see the Tucson Saguaros, a.k.a. when they play in town, the Bisbee Killer Termites baseball team. So we will be there Sunday at 1 o'clock in Bisbee, Arizona. And but I'll still vote for Gary Johnson, and I'll plug him as much as possible. I even have a Gary Johnson car. Gretchen is here. She has the Hillary Clinton art car. If you follow hashtag HillCar, HILL car, you can see her car. It's an art car. It's all made up. I have a Gary Johnson car, which is just a plain old fucking car. So, yeah, look for my car out there. If you see a plain old car, vote Gary Johnson. So Killer Termites this May 29th at 1 p.m. at the Warren Ball Field here in Bisbee, and wear green because the Tucson Saguaros, it's a cactus based. Yeah, wear your green. Derek for mayor, Kenny for mayor. Start making your decisions. It's the most important vote you'll ever make in your life. We got anything else to plug? Merch? Chaille, what do we got?
We're still selling the book on DougStanhope.com, and they are signed copies. So you can also get it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com.
Not signed copies.
Not signed copies.
We have to jack up our price because we're selling this book by buying them from Amazon at the same price you're getting them. And then Chaille has to jack it up plus shipping. So, yeah, you're not really paying for the fucking signature. You're paying for us to be able to buy them at your rate, and then... So, yeah, the signature is all we got.
I probably would have left that part out, but that's all right.
Audiobook, who knows when it's coming out? It'll be a while. It's a long process, and we want to make it really fun and add as many people from the book telling their versions of the stories. And, yeah, I really want to put a lot of effort into this. Special will come out June or July. No Place Like Home.
And people from the book are going to be stopping by and podcasting, starting with Chris.
Yes.
A couple days.
Yep. So stay tuned. It was a fucking fantastic weekend. Chad Shank, Ggreg Chaille, at Bingo Bingaman. She's getting back into the Twitter now that she knows she has to sell a book. Derek for mayor is here. Kenny for mayor is not. Tracy at Eggleston.
No.
What is it? Eggmeister?
Egglester. I think we would be remiss without saying a big thank you to the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And taking care of us all weekend.
Oh, they did take care of us. Shawnee Hicks and Gretchen Bear, the artist, formerly known as Gretchen Bear. You can see her stamp on thrift store paintings everywhere, as well as her own. And we'll be back in a couple of days. Thanks. Suck that dick, nigger. How's your breakfast? Suck that dick, nigger. Over easy. Suck that dick, nigger.
More coffee, please. Suck that dick, nigger. I like this song. I wasn't a fan before, but...
Suck a nigga dick. Suck a nigga dick. Take a lick, bitch. Suck a nigga dick. Suck a nigga dick. Suck a nigga dick.
Yeah, we gon' holler.
Suck a nigga dick. Suck a nigga dick. Suck a nigga dick. Take a lick, bitch. Suck a nigga dick. Suck a nigga.